Okay, so in this tutorial I will be showing you how to get SSL certificates for your domain or to host an OGFN server. Now, first what you would need to do is to have the backend installed on your PC. I have it right here. Then what you want to have is go into configuration, open the scroll down until you see, you would need to scroll down until you see this right here, which would be the HTTPS enable section. So you need to enable HTTPS. Then you also want to have the SSL certificate locations. I also need to remove this real quickly. First, I'm going to show up on screen how it would look like once you install the backend. Now, let's get into how we're going to actually grab this. So first, what you're going to need to do is open your browser, and you will need to have a domain. So I recommend using Namecheap. It's not sponsored at all, but I recommend using Namecheap. They pretty much host pretty easy domains for not that much of a price. You can't get a free name because Freenom doesn't work anymore. It's currently shut it down. It does not work. It will no longer work, so you have to buy a domain. So you need to obviously sign in. Hey, future Adrian here. I just wanted to say that I spent like 2 minutes trying to figure out how to say, like, on how to make an SSL without actually showing you and not logging in. So yeah, the sites that you have to open on your browser are here. I'm gonna display them right now. The first site you would obviously need to open is Namecheap that I showed. Then what you want to open is Cloudflare. You would want to set up the DNS to go to Cloudflare, and then you want to go into 0 SSL, which I'm gonna also show in the video right after this audio file. You go to 0 SSL, you have to make an account there, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the other things. Yeah, just sorry for this. I just kind of freaked up the video, and I'm not gonna re-record it since I'm already editing like half of this. So yeah. Right now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a new certificate. Now I already have a domain, which I'm gonna use for this purpose real quick. And we want to give a certificate for this domain right here, which I have used before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the domain name, we're gonna place it here, then we're gonna log into Cloudflare, and for you to change the custom, you need to change the name servers to custom DNS instead of instead of Namecheap basic DNS. You need to change these to Cloudflare's DNS servers. It has been added to Cloudflare. You can search up a tutorial on how to do this, since I'm not going to make a tutorial for that. Okay, so you need to make a new CNAME record, and for this I'm going to... Okay, don't do API or whatever you place in there. Just follow the SSL tutorial that I'm gonna currently place on after this audio file, since I practically messed up here as well, and I gave off a API URL instead of the CNAME for the SSL. So yeah, just follow what I'm gonna do next, and just don't close your Cloudflare tab. Just follow what I'm gonna do next. Okay? Okay. For a new certificate, we're going to click on next step. We're going to click on 90 days since this is on the premium version. You're not going to click on anything here. If you want technical support, you can enable it, but I don't mention it since I don't really use it. You can click on next step, auto generate CSR. You need this. And as you can see, you have the free plan, which is 3 90-day certificates. And after the 9 days, you just have to renew the certificate and redo this. You can also purchase this, but yeah. Okay, you need to verify the domain name through DNS. You have to grab the domain right here, which this would be the name. You would just have to copy this, then point it .root. Now I set it up API because that's what's going to redirect to my backend, but you're currently setting up SSL, which you don't need the redirection to backend yet. So you need to point it to this address. As you can see, it's pointing. You need to set the TP to 3600 or lower, which would be maximum of 1 day, but you can just set it to auto. You have to disable proxy status, then you have to save that. After you're done, you have to click on next step and click on verify domain. As you can see, it's currently setting up certificate. Once this is done, I'll get back to you. Okay, so this took like 30 seconds. Now, as you can see, you need to download the zip file, the zip certificate, and you need to select the default format. You don't need to select anything else. If you're using this for another thing except for backend, you can select whatever option you want here. For Ubuntu, I'm not gonna tell you how to set it up since I practically don't know myself yet, but I'll try to make a tutorial for that soon. After you've downloaded it, I want you to place it right here on your desktop or whatever you want it to be. I want you to extract these to your desktop. Then what I want you to do is I want you to check if they're for your domain. It should say issued by 0 SSL. What I want you to do is I want you to open your reload backend. I want you to place them into here. Now don't mind these. Don't mind these files. You need to replace these right here. You need to replace these. Now I'm currently using my other certificates which were for here, so you have to take these and place them into here, which I'm not going to do right now. So after you're done with that, if you already haven't enabled your configuration file, you have to go into config, then you want to enable it. You have to delete this, and then you would have to, yeah, okay, save that after you're done. And after you start the backend, you should see the token is invalid because I haven't set it up a correct token. Just ignore this. You should see that it's enabled on HTTPS and SSL is also enabled. So yeah, that's all. Okay, now that was all for the tutorial. If you want to see how to enable SSL or how to use it correctly or just basically how to turn it on, you can see my other tutorial where I have enabled SSL. It's part 1 in the current playlist that you may be watching. So yeah, that's all. See you in the next tutorial for Reload.